Welcome to YOGALATES. Please stand at the end of your mat. If you do have a magic circle, we may use it at some point, but you don't necessarily need it. You can still activate your inner thighs without it. But if you do have one, we may use it at some point. We may need to use it at some point. We definitely will use it, but you may feel the need to use it. So standing at the end of your mat with your feet hip-width distance apart. Hands down by your side. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Very slowly rolling down. One piece of spine at a time. Inhale, take a breath at the bottom. And then exhale, start to peel all the way back up. One piece of spine at a time, stacking on top of each other. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Starting to peel, starting to let the spine wake up this morning. Inhale, take a breath at the bottom. And then exhale, start to peel all the way back up. Two more here. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Rolling down. Using your abdominals here, try not to stick your bottom out. Inhale, take a breath. Using your abdominals to peel yourself back up, letting your fingertips still reach towards the ground. Very last one here, when you get down to the bottom, you're going to hang down there. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, chin to chest. Rolling down. This time staying in this position. Take a breath, try and drop a little lower. Take another breath. Try and drop a little lower. And then take your right hand toward your left ankle or even your left calf or the top of the leg. Reach the left hand up to the ceiling and rotate your spine this morning. Each breath, try and reach a little further. So on your exhale, try and twist a little more. So keeping both legs straight, try not to kneel into one side. And then take the left hand down towards the right ankle, calf, or the top of the leg. Open up this side, same thing, keep even weight in your feet, try not to bend. If you have got your knees bent a little bit, that's fine, if both of them are bent, but just try not to bend into one side to try and get more of the stretch. Each breath as you exhale, try and rotate a little further. And then keep the left hand where it is, bring the right hand to the opposite leg. Take a breath, exhale, pull yourself closer. So you can do this here as well if you need to. 2 more breaths, each breath pulling yourself a little closer. Last breath. And then release the hands. Take the feet a little wider. Walk the hands out until you're in a plank position here. Do circles to wake up the shoulders a little bit this morning. Think your chest lifted. Try not to drop through here. Abdominals on as well. And take your circles the other way. So spin them around the other way. If this gets too much like this, you can be on your knees as well. One more here. And then walk those hands all the way back. And hang forward, a little bit more stretch in the hammies here. Keep the hands touching the ground, so feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. Keep the hands touching the ground and then try and press the legs away as much as you can to get stretched. And then bend the knees in. Keep the heels and toes on the ground. Try and sit the bottom back as much as you can without moving those hands. And then press and straighten. Sitting the bottom back without moving the hands or the feet off the ground. And then press. Sit the bottom back. So think about lifting the chest up without rising the hands or the feet. Pressing back up. 2 more here. Sit the bottom back. And press up. Last one here, sit the bottom back. And then this time take the arms out long. So staying in a little bit of a squat position here. You're going to very gently walk the feet a little bit further forward. And then gently walk the feet a little bit further back. So just getting these legs moving this morning. Take them forward. Now if you need to put your hands to the ground, you can. Take your feet back. So it's just a few steps this morning. One more forward and back. One can release back through our hamstrings again. And back. And plant the hands, press the hips up. Straighten the legs as much as you can. And then sit. This time taking the bottom all the way down to the ground, bring the legs out and long. Inhale, take a breath. Bring your arms towards the ceiling. Pull the toes back towards you as you exhale. Stretch towards the legs this way this time. So lots of hamstring and leg movement and stretching this morning. So stretch out of the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, try to lower yourself a little further. So if the hands are here or here, that's fine. Inhale, reach your chest. Exhale, try and drop a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, try and sink a little lower. And the last one here, inhale. Exhale, try and sink a little lower. And then reach the hands long, bring yourself all the way up using the abdominals. Try not to lift the arms all the way up at the shoulders. And then rotate, coffee plunge your arms down to one side. Keeping the legs long, the feet drawn back. Make sure the hips don't move like so. Bring the arms up to the center. Rotate other side, plunge down. And rotate. And up. And rotate. And up. 2 more each side. Rotate. Sitting nice and tall in between each string. Last one each side. And rotate. And take the legs a little wider this time. So try to make them at least as wide as the mat. Bring my mat over a little bit so I have a little bit more space. So make them at least the width of the mat and a little bit further if you can. So take the arms out long to the sides here. Now same thing, try not to move the hips. Pull the toes back, try and only move the torso. And then reach forward. Just do what you can. And then stack back up top. Rotating through the center, shoulders back and down. And then reach. And then rising. Rotating through the center. And then reach. Pull the toes back towards you as you reach. Sitting up tall. Through to the other side. And reach. Sitting up tall. Other side. And reach. Sitting up. One more. And reach. And then bringing the legs together. Taking the arms long and rolling yourself to meet down on your back here. Now, if you have a magic circle handy, feel free to grab it. If not, I want you to think about pressure in your inner thighs. So if you don't have a circle there, almost think about maybe if you had a pillow, if you had a block, if you had anything that you could grab between the legs, just to give a little bit of activation and release. So I'll leave that up to you, but if you have a magic circle, place it in between your knees. So make sure the little bits of it fit inside the inner thigh so that you're not pressing with the knees, you're more activating the inner thighs here. So hands down by your side. Exhale, squeeze on the circle. Inhale, release. Now, most important thing, it doesn't matter what you're squeezing in, keep your feet facing the same way. So try not to turn them out sideways to fit the circle in. Have your feet where they are, but just open the knees wider if you need to get the circle in. So exhale, press. Same thing when you release the circle, don't let the feet roll out. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. So anything you're holding on to that you can just grab that little bit of tension between the inner thighs. Press. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. 3 more here. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. 2 more. Press. And release. Last one. Press. And release it about halfway this time. Switch those glutes on. We should know where they are a little bit this morning through our little squats and quarter walks forward. Exhale, curl the spine, press up. Hold here. 10 pulses. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl the spine all the way back down. Take a breath at the bottom. Exhale, curling up. Pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm curling all the way down. 2 more sets here. Inhale, take a breath at the bottom. Exhale, curling up, making sure those feet are still planted. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down. The last one here. Take a breath. Keep those feet there. Don't roll them back. Exhale, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release all the way back down. Now taking a circle out between the inner thighs, holding in your hands. Now again, if you don't have anything there, you can just keep the arms facing towards the ceiling, fingertips light. Will apply a little bit extra balance for you, but not necessary. So keeping those feet planted. Exhale, curl the spine, roll. Feel nice and stable here as you shift the weight onto just one leg. Now if you need to at any stage, take the arms back down. Now float that leg back. So just regaining a little bit of balance and switching our glutes on both sides here to now rise the other leg. Place that foot back down. So keep your hips nice and high. Need to remind myself that my glutes want to drop today. And press it up. And release back down. So if you need to, place the hands down by the sides. Just a little balance practice. A little arching, shifting weight whilst keeping the stability of the back and the glutes and the legs. 1 more each side here. Hips are staying nice and lifted. Last one here. And then roll yourself all the way back down. Take a little rock through your pelvis if you feel you need it. And then roll yourself up with the left knee bent in towards the chest. A little bit harder this time, taking off all the way from the bottom with the knee lifted. So exhale, rolling up. Holding here, taking the leg long. Now take the leg down and the arms back at the same time. And then kick back up. 4 more like this. Try and get that hip high. 3 more like this. 2 more like this. Last one here. And then plant the foot, shifting the weight into the other side. So switch that glute on. Lift the right leg. Take the leg long. Send both the way and back up. And back up. 3 more. 4 more. 2 more, I should say. The last one, counting backwards and forwards at the same time. And then planting the foot, lower back down. Take a breath here. This time lift the right knee. Exhale, curl all the way up. This time take the leg long. Now draw 3 little circles in one direction. And then 3 in the other direction. And then place that foot back down. Lift the left leg long. 3 in one direction. And then 3 in the other direction. And then place that foot and roll all the way down. Now place your circle beside you. We will get to it a little bit later as well. Take your arms long and your legs long. Take a breath here. And then exhale, roll yourself up. So however you can roll yourself, whether you're helping yourself up with your knees, whether you're helping yourself up by pushing yourself up and just doing a little bit of a roll back. Maybe you're still at the roll back stage, that's fine. So bringing yourself onto your hands and knees, let's work those shoulders a little bit more. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Take them slightly wider than normal. Now from here, keep the arms long, drop the chest in. So protraction, retraction of your shoulders, and then lift yourself up high. So as opposed to doing it like a cat stretch, we are dropping the chest and lifting it straight back up. It stays in one line the whole time as opposed to bending back and forth. So dropping the chest in, and then drawing it up. Dropping it in, and then lifting up. 3 more here. Drop in, lift up. 2 more here. Drop in, and then lift up. Last one here. Drop in, and then lift up. Very good. Now from here, tuck the toes. Press yourself back into a down dog here. Bend the knees in as much as you need to. Pedal them out. 3 more little pedals each side if you're pedaling, or just pressing down with both legs, holding for another big breath. And then from here, reach yourself into a plank position. Now, if you feel you need to move your hands a little further, if you're like me, you've got really long legs, and then press back. Heels down. Rise onto the toes, bring yourself forward into a plank position, and then press back. 4 more here, bring yourself forward, and then press back. 3 more. And then press back. 2 more here. And then press back. Last one. Bring yourself forward. And then hover very slowly. And lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, roll back to your downward dog. And then lift your right leg to the ceiling. And step it through all the way to the front here. Stay up on the back toes today if you can. Bring your arms up, lift the chest. Hold here. 2 more breaths. And then take the hands to the ground, take the back knee to the ground. Take the front foot a little further forward and press in for a bit of a stretch and opening of the hip at the back here. If you can, lift it towards you and grab it with the opposite hand. So still keeping your chest facing forward. 2 more breaths here. Last breath here. And then place the foot down. Stretch the front leg out. Just stretch by bringing the toes back towards you. And then moving through one more time, bending into the front knee, stretching the hip, lifting the chest. If you want, grabbing the back foot. And then placing the foot down, pressing back, lifting the toes. One last one here. Lean forward. Open that hip. If you want more, grab the toe. Chest tall. And then releasing the hand. Stretching out of the front leg here. Now from here, walk the hands around to the side, turn the back knee. And then reach the arm long for a circle here. Let the head drop, let the arm roll back. 2 more in this direction. And then reach long and lift the back leg as well. Tap the toe down, lift up. Tap the toe down, lift up, long out of the fingers still. 3 more. And lift. 2 more. And lift. Last one here. And lift. Place it down, walk the hands all the way back to the front. Plant the hands down, untuck the back toes, kick that leg all the way back to the ceiling. And then very slowly lower all the way down. Keeping your hips facing forward, kick the left leg up this time. Lift it high, look towards the front of the mat. Bring the foot forward. Stay up on the back toes for your first position. Lift the chest. Hold here. 2 more breaths. Chest proud. Legs strong. And then take the hands down to the ground. Back knee down, front foot a little further forward if you need. Drop into this stretch. If you want a little extra, pull and hold the back knee. I won't do it on this side for my foot. So lift the chest high. And then press back. Lifting the left toes towards you. Try and get those hips level. Try not to be all the way to one side. Try and get them nice and straight here. And then press forward into those hips. Remember, if you want to hold the back leg, lift it up. And then sit back. Pull the toes back towards you. 2 more here, bend into the front knee. Drop that hip. Lift the back. leg if you choose, and hold on to it. Sitting back, toes pulled back towards you. This is your last one. Kneeling forward. And then sitting back. So walk the hands around to the front side. This time turn that knee. Hand back the side, your toe pointed. Lift the left arm up, circle here. Switch the glute on in this stabilizing leg. Mine doesn't like to stay here very much this morning. One more here. And then reach the arm up, lift the leg up. Point down and lift back up. Point down and then lift back up. Two more here, point down and then lift back up. Last one, point down and lift. And then bring yourself back to the front. Uncurl that knee. Bend into the front leg, plant the hands, untuck the toes, and then keep the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. And then very slowly, maybe mine was a bit rushed. Bring it down, press into that downward dog. And then hinge the body forward. Take a breath here, making your way through a full chaturanga. Lowering very slowly. Lifting. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press back. And then this time coming all the way to the front of your mat. So taking your gaze forward, step, or hop the feet forward. And then inhale, rise. Take a slight little back bend here. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or hop back. One more chaturanga. Lowering down, remembering you can do these on your knees if you need to. Flipping the toes, cobra here. And then exhale, down dog. Now, walk your hands back a little bit if you need to. Grab your right hand and reach towards your left ankle. Oh, for a nice little stretch here. And then release the hand back down, grab your left hand, reach towards the right ankle. So almost trying to twist your body underneath you here. You can't see from my jump. So keep your legs straight. And then plant the hands. And then this time walk the hands all the way back. Hang and place your hands underneath your feet. Remembering if you need to have quite a bend, you can here. Keep the hands under the feet here. Might make that a bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. So keep the hands under the feet. Rock the weight of the body slightly forward. Press the backs of the wrists into the mat. And then rock the weight of the body slightly back towards the heels. Pull the toes back towards you. 3 more like this. Rock the body slightly forward, pressing the backs of the wrists, so very gently so that you don't obviously roll all the way forward. And the last one here. And then take your hands down, similar to what we did at the start. Take your feet a little bit wider. And then sit your bottom back as much as you can without the hands lifting up. And then press the legs straight. 2 more like this, and then we're going to find ourselves sitting all the way down. Lift the chest. See if you've got a little more stretch now. Press back up. Last one here. Sit back. Press up. And now this time, sit back as far as you can before you have to release the hands. Maybe you don't, or maybe you can sit all the way down. I think my hands just came up at the end. Now turn it, face the other way. Just to mix things up, you want to see different parts of your house. Now, if you have the circle, you can place it in between your knees or anything else that you had that you were gripping onto before. If you don't worry about it, you won't need it. Just a little bit of extra tension for your inner thighs here. So, from here, curl the spine back, just halfway. Take a breath here. Now, exhale. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the arms up and lower them back down. And then roll yourself all the way back up. So each time getting a tiny little bit lower. So exhale. Roll back. So you can do little squeezes of your inner thighs if you don't have the magic circle. Or you can just hold in this position. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bring the arms up. Lower them back down. And then sit all the way up. 2 more here, tiny little bit further each time. Exhale, rolling back. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inner arms up. Lower them back down. Sitting all the way up. This is your very last one. Take a breath here. Exhale, rolling down. Just the way you can. 10 here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your arms up. And then bring yourself all the way up. I promise you can get rid of the circle. Place it by your side. Feel free to shake your inner thighs out if you feel you need to. And now bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Circle the legs one way. Just try and stretch that tension out. Circle your legs the other way. Now a little short, sharp ab situation here. We've done a lot of legs this morning. Let's do a few more abs. So interlace your fingers, hands behind your head, thumbs on either side of your neck. Bring your knees directly above your hips if you can. If you need to at any stage, you can place the feet down. Just make sure you stay neutral. So make sure you're not tucked. And you've got rid of that gap. Keep that little gap there, stay neutral. So knees are either above the hips or feet are touching down on the ground. Exhale, chest lift up to the center. Inhale, come all the way back. This time 2 breaths. Exhale, chest lift up. Take a breath. Exhale, come a little higher. And then all the way back down. This time 3. Exhale. Take a breath. Come a little higher. Take a breath. Come a little higher. All the way back down. This time for 4. Exhale. Take a breath. 2. Take a breath. 3. Take a breath. 4. All the way back down. Counting to 6 today, so this is 5. Exhale, come up. Take a breath. 2. And a breath. 3. And a breath. 4. And a breath. 5. All the way back down. Last one. Exhale. Take a breath. 2. And a breath. 3. And a breath. 4. And a breath. 5. Last one. 6. All the way back down. Underarm, right underarm to the left hip. Left underarm to right hip. So keeping those feet up if you choose. If you want to take the feet back down, you can. Think underarm opposite hip as opposed to moving the hips and the rest of the body to help you get there. So I think everything stays in neutral. The whole, whoop, I rocked a little bit there. The whole body stays glued where it is, so the knees are still directly above the hips. 2 more each side. Underarm, opposite hip. Underarm, opposite hip. Last one each side. And briefly hug those knees into the chest. Circle them one way. Circle them the other way. And then this time, clap the feet down to the ground. Keep the hands behind the head. Thumbs either side of the neck. So a little bit more through our obliques this time, a little bit extra effort. We're going to lift the knee towards the chest at the same time. So take a breath, starting with right underarm to right hip. You're going to lift the foot and then place it back down. We're staying on the same side. Lift and up. Lift and up. Lift and down. 3 more here. Lift. Stay to that same side. It hurts, doesn't it? 2. Lots of. And changing sides. Left underarm thinking towards the right hip, plant the foot back down. Exhale. All the way back down. Same with the top half of your body. Make sure that shoulder comes all the way down. 3 more here. 2 more here. Last one here. And take the arms to the ceiling, the knees directly above your hips. Now this time, take the left leg out to the side, try and keep the rest of the body stable. And then bring it back in. So all control through the abdominals and the obliques here. The slower you do this, the harder it is. So take the leg down and then very slowly switch those abdominals and obliques on to draw it back in. So my legs are feeling a little shaky. The abdominals are doing all the work. So the hip obviously still faces forward. The hip on the opposite side, I should say. This one's obviously moving up. So keep yourself nice and stable. Bring it back to the center. 1 more each side. Awesome. Whoop. Try not to roll like me. And then from here, take the right leg and the left arm long, and then bring them back in. Other side. And then bring it back in. 3 more each side. And back in. And back in. 2 more each side. And back in. And back in. The last one each side. And back in. And back in. And rock yourself up to sitting. Find yourself on your belly. And stretch up nice and long here. Even lift your left arm and your right leg. Reach further. Your right arm and your left leg. Reach further. And lift the belly up off the mat. So bring the hands by the side. Press and stretch through those abdominals. Lift the chest. Remember, lift the belly in towards the spine. Try not to just dump it into the back. Lift it up. And then release all the way back down. Grab hold of your right foot with your right hand. Take your left hand long. Lift the belly in towards the spine. And then lift and press the foot into the hand. Lift the chest up. Lift that thigh up. And then release. Place both hands. Press up. Lift before we change to the other side. Stretch those abs out. Lower back down. Right arm long. left foot, lift and press away. And then release. Hands by the side, belly lifts up. Press. Lower back down, this time both. If you can. If not, just try one each side, one more time. Lift. So lifting the thighs up high, the chest up high. One more breath. Almost balancing on your hips and a tiny bit of your tongue. And then release. Stretch both arms out. Left arm and the right leg, pick it up a little longer. The right arm and left leg, pick it up a little longer. Feel like you're stretching out to opposite ends here. And then lift the belly into the spine, lift both arms with both legs at the same time. And hold here. 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Now before you lower, bend the elbows back. And then press the arms forward. 4 of these, bend the elbows back. Press forward. 3 more. Press forward. 2 more. Press forward. Last one. Press forward. Reach. And then lower down. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Feel free to open the knees a little further. Sit the bottom all the way back. Then I stretch here. Reach the fingertips longer, sitting the bottom back. Towards the heel. 2 more breaths here. Last breath here. And then lifting yourself up. Come to the center of your mat and come back down onto your bottom. Taking a shoulder stand here if you can. So, a few different options. The first one is to just do your bridge here. So, if you're bridging yoga, doing a yoga bridge as opposed to a pilates pelvic curl, bring your heels a little closer to you. Press your hips up and then roll onto your shoulders and clasp your hands underneath. So this is one position if you want to stay here. If you want to go a little further, bring your knees into your chest and press your hips up, long with your spine, holding here, elbows still slightly underneath you. 3 more breaths, take your neck long, make sure you're not crunching your chin in towards your chest. 1 more breath. And then lower the feet back over your head. Taking your arms long, separating your feet. Reaching as far as you can, maybe the toes touch the ground, maybe they don't, that's fine. Still keep that long neck though, try not to tuck the chin in towards you. And then very slowly, one piece at a time, lower down. One piece at a time. And then very slowly, lower the legs, keep the abdominals on. You need to bend the knees and then place the feet, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, lower the legs all the way down towards the ground. Now from here, place the hands directly underneath your low back, almost in like a little diamond triangle that your sacrum sits into. Bring your elbows in underneath you. And then lean back, place your head closer towards the ground. Really stretching out this chest here, opening back for a fish pose here. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. And then release. Remove the hands. Place the back all the way down. Taking any last position you feel you need. Maybe you want to bend the knees into the chest and do some circles. Maybe you want to do a happy baby and hold on to the blades of the foot and give the spine a slow little rock out here. Whatever you feel your body needs. To end this lovely little YOGALATES practice. Probably a little bit more Pilates today than yoga. Some weeks it's a little more yoga than Pilates. We get the balance in there eventually. And even got a little bit of magic circle in today for you as well. So release the legs down whenever you feel ready, and you've just got a quick little 2 minutes here of relaxation for the body. So concentrating on your breathing, 2 minutes is not very long. So inhale, think of blowing the belly up like a balloon first, then taking the breath into the side of the ribcage, then bringing it all the way to the top of the chest. As you exhale, you get rid of the air from the top of the chest first. You will wrap back in the center line of the body through the ribcage, and then lowering the stomach. So inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more big breaths here. You're awesome. Moving your fingers and your toes, let your head fall to one side. And then to the other. Feeling a nice new fresh energy in your body. Find yourself roll to one side to help you up. And then when you are sitting forward, you may cross your legs, bringing your hands into Ardha Mudra. Thank you for your YOGALATES practice today. Namaste. Bowing forward for yourself. Thanking yourself for showing up on the mat. Have a lovely rest of your day.